Hello, flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, September 2nd.
Happy Labor Day, y'all.
Happy Labor Day to everyone in the U.S. who celebrates Labor Day, because Canada might celebrate Labor Day. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know.
All I know is I got to be lazy all day.
Yes. It's very early in the afternoon. Well, it's early in the afternoon for us. To be filming, not that early, but a little bit earlier. Yesterday was our anniversary. 17 years, and I haven't killed him.
17 years, and I've enjoyed most of it.
I've enjoyed it. Most of it.
Except when she sister talks about wanting to kill me. Help. Send help. Ah!
We were getting ready for flosstube, and he was helping me unwrap something, and he picked up my fabric scissors to cut paper.
I do have a defense about that. I didn't know they made fabric scissors with that type of spring handle thingy me bob. I thought they were all like this.
Actually, technically, yeah, you bought me those fabric scissors for one of our anniversaries.
I didn't know they were for fabric. I thought they were for paper.
You know, they're for fabric, actually. The ones that I bought you, that you use, that are like that, they're actually technically supposed to be fabric scissors. You just wanted them for regular, general cutting. And I said that was okay, because I was able to buy them through my wholesale, one of my wholesales. So
well, they work really good on paper. I also don't know the difference between cutting paper and cutting fabric is. I figured if it can cut fabric, paper be no problem.
Paper affects the blade differently than fabric.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, whoops.
Now we know.
I'll forget next week.
Exactly. I hope your guys' week was a good week.
I hope it was amaze walls.
Yes. I don't even know, like, it was a good week until the end of the week. It was a good week till the end of the week.
Work.
Yeah, you worked. I did. I really didn't do a whole lot. There was a funeral that kind of got a little bit, funeral lunch that was a little bit chaotic, only because getting with the family was a little, getting connected with the family was a little challenging, because they didn't call me, I needed to call them, anyways, and then they changed a few things on me last minute, and that wasn't, which was fine, I dealt with it, but, I'm sure that, well, I know that a lot of people in the U.S., because even people who don't follow hockey in the U.S. have heard the story about the hockey player who was killed by a drunk driver on his bike in New Jersey on Thursday night. Bicycle. On Thursday evening. Him and his brother both were hit by the drunk driver, and they passed away. The older brother, Johnny Godot, was a player for the Columbus Blue Jackets. He very specifically signed with the Blue Jackets in free agency. He wanted to play for Columbus. He wanted to be in Columbus. Columbus was close enough to home and his family, and he really liked the city, and he only got to play here for 2 years. And this is unfortunately, a little more than 3 years after a goalie of ours was killed in a fireworks accident. So needless to say, Friday was a rough day. Even though I've never met the kid. Like, it sucked. It sucks.
I really feel sorry for his sister.
His sister was supposed to be getting married Friday. Which is why everybody was together in New Jersey at that moment. He has a toddler and his wife just had had their second child in earlier this year. I can't remember when. His brother, who was also killed in the accident, I think he played AHL hockey or one of the minor leagues. And his wife is expecting their first child in December.
Earbud warning. Earbud warning. This is going to be a little loud. Don't drink and drive!
There you go.
Seriously!
There you go. That's what we have to say. That's what I have to say about it. Yeah, don't drink and drive. Don't be a dumbass. So it was a little bit of a rough day Friday, but Saturday we did some bumming around. We went to Sweets and Geeks looking for a Gundam for Joe. Didn't find the Gundam, but we brought home lots of candy. Yes, those are bulk bags. There's blackberries and raspberries, candies, and watermelon taffy.
Over next to me I have
and there's
a big bag of Swedish fish.
And I bought dice. Because I'm obsessed with dice. Okay.
And then I had fun with Google.
Yes.
But I'll cover that when we get to haul.
Yeah. I introduced him to Culver's. If you've never been to Culver's and you're near Culver's, go to Culver's. It's like a fast food burger joint. It's really good. But it's like better than...
It's good. For fast food, it's Gucci. It's not actually Gucci, but it's like halfway between fast food and a diner. If that makes any sense.
Went to a antique shop. And I bought a vase, which I'll show you here when we do haul. And then we found a hobby model shop.
Way too close.
Way too close to home. Way too close to home. And we visited that and we got him some stuff. And then yesterday, and we went to Smoski's Pizza Place for dinner and learned very quickly that we did not need a large pizza. We only needed a medium. Because not only did we have pizza for dinner on Saturday, we had it for lunch and dinner on Sunday. Which is kind of funny because he wanted to go to Smoski's on Sunday for our anniversary because I love Smoski's. It's like 15 minutes away. It's not that far. He thought it was like in Brunswick, which is like half hour away.
We buried the lead on that one.
What?
Yeah, yesterday was our 17-year wedding anniversary.
I said that.
We did? You did?
Yeah, I did.
Hi, my brain glitched then.
I did say that.
My brain glitched. But yeah.
So
reminder then.
Ironically got Smoski's for our anniversary on Sunday also, even though...
Hey, you didn't have to go to dinner both Saturday or Sunday.
This is very true. Considering how late we ate lunch today, do we really need to cook dinner tonight?
No.
I love my parents dearly, but we don't eat lunch at 1 o'clock like they do.
No, I think after I do my streaming tonight, I am probably going to be just eating all the grapes.
My vase fell over, if you heard that bang, and that's what I jumped about. It's a heavy vase.
That thing's going to need to be reinforced at the foot, apparently. Jeez.
I'm going to have to... Well, it's a heavy vase, and I think with the way the flowers are in it, it's not... Anyways, we'll take care of that. So that was kind of our week. Why don't we... So I hope you guys had a good week. You know, if you did something spectacular, tell me about it. I like hearing when my friends do fun things, and you all are my friends. If you are watching this, you are my friends.
Deal with it.
Because people who aren't my friends don't tend to watch our videos. So, why don't we shout out our commenters?
Which one does it say? Teresa, Bridget, June, Lynn, Tamara.
Thank you all so much for the anniversary wishes, because you guys, I know most of you commented, I think all of you did comment happy anniversary for us. So, thank you for that. Why don't we get into whips, darling?
Okay, yeah, technically I don't have a whip. I have a finish. This is the Hyrulean Royal Seal from the Legend of Zelda series. Like, all the games. You got right next to my eardrum, so freaking help me.
Considering you like to blow out my eardrums with it.
Yeah, but don't put it next to your ear. I'm trying to get better. Yeah, I started stitching that on, was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday?
Saturday.
Saturday. I didn't finish it on Sunday, didn't I?
You finished it yesterday, yes.
Yeah, I just got it in my head to get it done before I started playing with the other stuff I got. You'll see later.
Yeah. Well, Saturday you couldn't play with your other new stuff, and then you were so close to being done. You're like, I'm just going to finish it before I start that. Okay.
Yeah, because it's for guild.
It is for guild. Alright, let's start with fly whips. My Sal prompt for Write Your Own Week was the Star Touched Meadow Stitch Along the December block. I did 303 stitches on this. This is just on a piece of white 16 count Aida, and my stitches are like here-ish. So 303 stitches, not a ton, but progress is progress is progress.
Oh, I forgot to say, everything but the triangles I did over the weekend for mine.
Yes.
Both the wings and the body and the feet of the bird thingy. I think Skyward Sword is actually when they first started using that symbol, now that I think about it.
Okay.
That game's 20 years old.
And then, I don't know if the cover photo is in here. Well, sort of, kind of, the thing from the... I put my Mirabilias in a safe spot, which is over there. And right now, over there is presently buried, so digging out the actual cover photo would be challenging, and I'm not going to do that. So I took out Cathedral Wood Goddess by Mirabilia. It's the little thing from the embellishment pack. My embellishment pack is falling apart. I need to actually get a zip top bag and put my packets of beads and embellishments in it so that they're not floating all over the bottom of this bag. Because I have this in a big bag because there's a lot of stuff in it. Cathedral Wood Goddess. This is on a custom piece of fabric that I dyed. It's a 36 count. Or no, a 32 count. And I did 825 stitches on her. And most of it was in metallic.
I feel the metallic pain.
So I finished, I worked down in here.
I'm going to get that closer when you move your finger.
And did some of there. Yes, most of this was in metallic.
There you go.
The good news is I'm very close to being done with, like, the leaf streamers on this side of her, which makes me happy.
Yay.
I was supposed to finish, like, you know, her hippie area on her dress so that I could bead her necklace. But instead I went that way. The only challenge I have with this is because I've already beaded the top part of her, I can't put her in a hoop.
I think we found out why you don't bead as you go.
Well, most people, that's why they don't bead as they go. I was beading as I go because I was stitching in hand, because using a scroll frame or a Q-snap hurts my hands.
And then they came out with something new,
and
now
then
you're
I
like,
found the nerd hoops, and, well, down the hill. Off we went. So, there is that. And I am missing a whip. Hold, please. Okay. Whip I was missing. I don't remember the prompts we came up with for Cathedral Wood Goddess and for Cathedral Wood Goddess. Something about, oh, a whip you want to see your husband get done, a whip your husband wants to see you get done, and a whip from a fantasy, or a whip depicting a fantasy or something like that that you would like to travel to. Right, so then,
yeah, Fantasy World. I'd love to go to the Feywild.
I took out The Pirate by Cottage Garden Samplings. This was stitch on two things that don't seem to go together, and two separate seasons in the same way. That's what he came up with. This is on a piece of 32 count. It's heirloom. Hold on. We must move this. And I don't know what I did on this. I really don't remember what I did on this, and I didn't write it down. But I finished. I had two little bits of water down here to finish. And then I got this whole shippy here finished. There's some water here. Some little like watery bits here. And then I started the spyglass. So I have the big snowman here to finish, and that's about it. Well, with his parrot. But that's it. Am I going to get it done anytime soon? No, because that pirate is here to here. He's a big snowman. He's a big snowman.
He's a big chunk of snowman.
He's a chunk of snowman. He's a chunk.
I don't know why. I just love how you say that.
Don't ask me.
I know. Very cute.
And then Saturday happened.
Going on a trip in a paper rocket. Yeah, Saturday's trip was not planned at all. It was just a giant case. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here.
Saturday's trip was not planned. I had woke up Saturday morning with a plan that I could finish my Simply Charming ornament. Saturday's trip was not planned. Hold on.
You had fun though, right?
I did. I only have 3 ornaments to finish on this. Yay. And I'm going to have to, like, get creative with the... Oh, no. They're on the cover. Okay, no, they're the big picture on the cover. The way that last 3 charts are, it's like there's a little picture of them finished and then the 3 charts. And I'm like, well, how am I going to show you that? Never mind. So this was the ornament I was working on. You guys saw me start it last week. And I was like, I want to get this done. And then we went places, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get this done. And I was determined to get this done. I stayed up a little later. Well, it wasn't super late, but I stayed up later.
For us, it was late.
Stitching. And I did get it done. Again, I didn't write down how many stitches I did to finish this. But it is finished. So I did accomplish finishing it for the month of August. So I have 3 more to finish: September, October, November. And I will finish all of them this year. Did not plan to do that this year, but that's how things went. And I'm not going to object, because what I'm probably going to do for next year is I'm going to FFO those. Well, I'm going to FFO them and put them on our tree, but I'm going to set them when we pack up the tree. I'm going to set them aside and get it. I have had, I think it's still in this, I think it made the move, an ornament tree. I think it's got 12 spaces on it, and next year's Needle Art Show, I'm going to put that in to display with my ornaments on it. Again, didn't write down my stitch counts on that. Sorry. So that led us to yesterday, which was the start of the month, and we got new monthly, new ornament along. Blah. So I sat down and started on the new monthly, which is September 9, like September the number 9, is the monthly. Acrostic.
Is it N-I-N-E or the number 9?
The number 9. I'm going to have to get creative with that. Maybe not. Maybe. Anyways.
I thought something you could do for that one.
Get creative with that. What?
How much is it normally for the stitch count?
300.
Could you just do 309 stitches?
I don't know if that would count. I'll figure something out.
I thought it being clever.
You were. So, I pulled out my summer band sampler Sal from Stitchonomy. There should be a preview of it floating amongst our heads. Decided I was going to work on it. I ended up making it through 2 of the letters for September, the first 2 letters, the S and the E of September. Did 640 stitches. This is on a kind of custom piece of aquamarine because it's really not the color I wanted it. Which 640 stitches was to finish these shells and the jellyfish and 1 seahorse. There's a smaller seahorse here and then another pair of seahorses here.
Just so you know, there are 9 waves on that wave.
Oh, there you go. Did you see I counted it to see how many bands there were? There's more than 9 bands. My goal, my intention, I came up with this one last night as I was working on this, is to apply Summer Band Sampler and the OSU Marching Band piece to as many of the monthlies as possible until both projects are finished. That being said, I have 2 bands plus the 2 jellyfish on this to finish, and I have to put in the rest of the lines on the OSU Marching Band. I have to do the backstitch on the band members. It's very possible that I will finish them both up this month doing it that way. But I thought that was a good idea to help me get them done and get them out of the way. Thinking with the brain. I do that every once in a while, think with the brain.
You do that often, you just don't recognize it.
Okay. Alright, so that's been my whips for this week. Why don't we go into haul?
I kind of might have done a thing or two because the place we found that's really close, the gentleman that owns it, I think it's a single proprietor shop, and they build model kits too, so they were able to help me. So first we'll do the stuff I got for anniversary, which is this kit. It has tweezers, X-Acto knives, files, and there's a pair of nippers in here. They're the single edge nippers. They're better for cutting out the individual pieces for the Gunpla. And then I got the RG Epion. RG is just the amount of detail and the fact that it's a 1 to a 144 scale. Then we went to the model shop. They're both between pieces. Turns out there's these things called Gundam markers. They're paint pens that have a fine tip that you use to put inside the creases of the model kit to add dimension to it, which is cool.
Yeah.
This is a display case for either for the smaller ones or the bigger ones. This is a one for only the smaller ones. And then there's the big stuff I got. This is what I was looking for, which is, this is an MG, which is actually a bigger, more detailed version of an RG. And this is called Taugeese. I'm trying to get a good angle to see it. And then we have the other one I got, which is called Death Scythe. Yes, he is using a scythe. That's where the name comes from. These are both MG kits. They are 1x100 scale, so they are a bit bigger than the RG's gonna be. It's gonna be fun.
Okay. Where to start? Well, we'll start with this. This was my anniversary present. Stampin' Right markers. So Stampin' Right markers come in sets of 2. A light and a dark. So we got me a couple sets. Basically, colors I needed to round out some sweets that I had purchased and wanted to work with. And I have a couple. There's another sweet. There's another sweet in the annual catalog that I want to purchase. So those kind of go with that. Eventually, I'm going to sit down and make a list of all of their color families and figure out what I need as far as cardstock, Stampin' Blends, ink, and that, because I've noticed that my old style stamp pads are drying up, which is why they switched to the new style stamp pads years ago, because the old style stamp pads dried out really badly. But anyways, so I got that, and then Mr. over here decided to be cute, and he attached them all to little bouquets of fake flowers. He wrapped them up in tissue paper, attached them to the little bouquets of fake flowers. It was actually really adorable.
This is what I wrapped it in.
He had them wrapped in tissue paper and just
It's not going to focus, dang it.
Yeah. This is the vase that I bought Saturday. It doesn't want to stand up on the carpet because A, it's on carpet, and B, I'm pretty sure it's top heavy because, as you can see, the fake stems don't go all the way to the bottom. So, I need to either figure out how to make these work in here or do something different with the fake stems.
Any ladies who want to give their husbands a not so subtle hint, pause, go get them. 3, 2, 1. Those flowers and what I did with the pens cost me $14.
Not the pens.
No, the pens, no.
The markers,
but the wrapping.
The blends
All I did was take tissue paper, cut it in half so it's the same size as the marker, rolled it up. I bought a little bit of ribbon to tie on either end, and then I tied them to the flowers. I went to a dollar store. I spent $14 and spent an hour setting it together, and she absolutely loved it. And the beautiful thing with gifting this type of stuff to somebody who crafts is all of the extra crafting material I also put into the bag because I know she would use it.
Yeah. So there's some ribbon. So I have some ribbon and some tissue paper, which is nice. Okay. And then there's the stuff.
And the PSA for guys.
Yes. And then there's the stuff that I bought. I got a skein of Weeks Dye Works Noel because this is called for in a chart that I got last year. I don't know why I never got the Weeks Dye Works so that I can kit it up and start it. But now I can.
Woohoo!
I have far more charts to stitch than I actually have time to. But I got the Fabulous House Series number 7, which is the house barn. I love it.
Woohoo!
Number 5, which is the Hobbit House. I'm starting this with my friend Bethian. Supposed to be this month if Witchell can get me the flosses we need. And then I got Peacock Pink Cushion. All 3 of these are by Cottage Garden Samplings. I love this pink cushion. Again, I need to start this. And then I got, from Primrose Cottage, I got 4th of July rules. And one of the things that is fun about 4th of July rules is, let's see if I can show you this without showing you a chart. Yes, I can. In the, the book, the chart book, it breaks, it shows you to break it down and make them into little pillows. I don't know that I'm going to make them into little pillows, but I have this really cute wreath that's patriotic. It's like a quarter of it's blue and then it's red, white, and blue stripes. My mom made it for me with bandanas. I'm going to do that with these. I'm going to break them down into the little sections, like 4th of July rules, Fly of Glory, remember and honor the fallen, and flat finish them and attach them to my wreath. And I also got Primrose Cottage Patriotic Picnic, which is one of those, which, you know, looks like the truck from that Pumpkin Patch one. My friend Beth Ann, Stitching by Twilight, I think that's our YouTube channel. I'm probably wrong. For some reason I don't remember. I just blanked. She and I are going to... She has not made a video in a while because she's had some self-confidence issues going on with... She had to have some serious dental work done, and she says it makes her talk funny. I don't think she sounds funny. She has some self-confidence issues with this. I'm working on it with her to get her back to making her videos. But she and I are going to start this on election night. Or election day. I don't care who you vote for. You gotta admit, that's probably pretty good for election day. That's what I think.
I don't care who the hell you vote for. Just vote. It's my personal opinion. This is about as political as I'm ever going to get. It's my personal opinion that if you don't vote, you're not allowed to complain about politics.
Well, I think there's a point. Okay, so that's my haul. That's my haul. Suppose we can talk about plans. Plans?
I got a place where not only can I get that I can make these. Also, the MGs, the RGs, because they're smaller, it's really hard to do extra work with. But the MGs are bigger, and I can do other things with. So.
That's what she said.
My train of thought just got derailed. Thanks. I love you too. Where was it? Okay. Because the pieces are bigger, it's easier to use the tools. Like, I'm finding, like, this is the file you use for cleaning up the parts where you cut it off. And then this long part here is a really, really, really fine grain. It's really squishy. And it's good for polishing it up to make it look a little bit shiny.
File.
Yeah. Okay, I think I didn't know what it's called. Well, the parts for the RG are so small, they take up less space than the file does, widthwise. So they're really hard to get in the parts of, because this doesn't have hard edges, so you wind up rounding the edges and making it look bad. So it's really hard to do it with the smaller pieces. It's a lot easier to do it. Plus, I'm going to get a new file this week that's made of glass. Don't ask me how it does it. It just does it. But
it's laser etched glass.
Yeah, it's better for the flat edges so you can keep the corners. But again, it's a larger tool, so it doesn't work as well with the smaller parts. Plus, the darn thing's so small, I don't think anybody's really going to care. That's why people prefer doing the MGs when they like to customize, because it's, well, larger and easier to see. It's kind of like doing a 10 by 10 versus a 100 by 100 YouTube phase. Pattern. You can get a lot more detail when you have 100 times more stitches.
It's okay, buddy. The flowers kind of flopped onto the cat was laying right there, and the flowers kind of flopped onto the cat. The face did not hit the cat. The edge of the
we would have heard that.
Like some of the flowers slid and flopped on the cat, and he was looking at it like, the F. Okay. Well.
So, yeah, I'm going to be finishing this RG.
His plans are his Gundam kits. My plans are... It is Needlework Tools Week for Daily 30. So, let's go over the prompts. So, pins. So the first prompt is about pins. Pins were originally made from bones of various creatures. So, stitch on a whip with fish or animals. With a fish, or an animal. Plural. So our options are the reindeer, Leave a Kiss, Autumn at Hawker and Hollow, Land of Liberty, A Good Tyke.
Autumn at Hawker and Hollow?
We've reached the realm of he doesn't know what any of my whips are.
No, actually, I just didn't want to think about a good tyke with the bones.
Oh, jeez.
Puppy!
Puppy has bones so she can walk.
I know that. I don't want to think of her as bones.
Okay. Number 2 is ornamental counting pins. And it's stitch on a whip of your choice and insert a picture of your favorite ornamental counting pins. So we're going to double that with something this week.
You can actually, you know what?
So we'll come back and determine what's
Yeah.
Because it is a 100, 200 weeks, so we need to I need to,
I might just see if I can fit all of them onto, autumn.
I want to try to, combine as much as possible. I'm not so sure about this one. I would have to look at the cover. Okay, so number 3 is needles didn't always have eyes. The little thing where you put through it. Okay, so stitch on something that has an eye of any kind. So we have the reindeer, rags to riches, Belle, leave a kiss, autumn and Hakron Hollow, land of liberty, good tyke, or chaotic stupid.
Autumn.
Alright, number 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Needle types. I put down needle sizes, but that's not right. Needle types. So you have blunt needles, sharp needles, and betweens. Between needles are generally used in quilting or other types of repair work. So for prompt number 4, it is stitch on something that's got a quilt. I had put down the Star Touched Meadow Sal because I knew that was quilt themed. Because I knew that was quilt themed. I will look at Autumn at Hakron Hollow and see if there's a quilt on it.
Is it just like Shores where it's broken up into bits?
Yes.
Aren't quilts broken up into bits? So you could make a quilt out of those pieces if you wanted, very easily.
That could work. I'm gonna have to look. I'll look at Autumn at Hakron Hollow when I pull it out.
Because I've actually seen people do that with samplers like that before, where they take them up and they actually put it into a quilt.
Mm-hmm. And then we all know blunt needles are used for cross-stitching and embroidery where there's already holes in the project or in the fabric, and sharps are used when you need to make a hole in the fabric. So the prompt 5 is to stitch on something that is cross-stitched or sewing themed. And I'm about to shock all of you. I don't actually have any whips like that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Lace corset.
No, that's a corset finish. It's not sewing themed.
How is lace not sewing themed? It's
the corset. It's the corset finish. It would be an article of finished clothing. It's not sewing themed.
Okay, I guess I brain darts differently. You don't have anything with spools of thread on or anything, do you?
I mean, Dressmaker's Daughter would be about the closest I have right now, because technically, I mean, Dressmaker is sewing themed, but the dresses are already sewn. I don't have anything that's cross-stitched or sewing themed. Like, we're looking for, like, the pieces parts of stitching and sewing and...
Like, I have projects like that somewhere in this house, but they're not your cup of tea. Remember the cross-stitch witch I have?
Yes.
That's what you're talking about.
Yes, I'm looking for what I'm talking about. I don't think it's over here. Well, I can't find it right now.
Okay, let's finish the video up.
So, I don't have anything. So it's probably going to get my free pass. I have a free pass anyway, so it'll probably get my free pass. Unless there's, like, people quilting on Autumn and Hakron Hollow.
Okay.
Okay. So that is my plans for the week. is Audibet Hockern Hall. Sounds good to me. Alright, so we have discussed our whips, we have shown our haul, we have talked about our plans. And that brings us to the end of the video. So what would we like the people to do, darling?
Have a lovely week. I'm sorry it's going to be colder for most of us. Please like, comment, subscribe, the bell notification, thingy-me-bobby, all the YouTube stuff. Please, the algorithm, help us grow.
Please, the YouTube algorithm. Okay. Moving along.
Oh my god, could you imagine being like an alien race that finds this type of stuff all over the place? Like, who is this algorithm? Why is it we only hear mention of them? Why is there no churches to them?
This is true. Okay. Moving along. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this week. We hope you enjoyed what you saw. We hope you were entertained.
Are you not entertained?
And we hope you come back.
Please come back. I swear we're like this every time.
It's not wrong. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.